Here we are. Recording. Okay. So I felt like, I know I'm not the only one, but Kobe Bryant's death is super, super sad. And I was feeling all kinds of ways yesterday, all up in my feelings, like just, I couldn't do anything. I was so devastated. So I know a lot of people on your social media today are going to be feeling the same way. And I feel like this team, our talent is that we're deeply compassionate and empathetic people. That is where we shine. You know, this is a team with a lot of yellows. If you haven't taken the personality test that I posted this morning, I encourage you to do so because I'm going to refer to it a lot this morning. And if you didn't do it, you're going to be a little bit lost. So, but if you didn't and you just hopped on, you can do it afterwards. It's not a big deal. Um, Tane, I just read your message. You're so funny. I wanted to emphasize to you guys that finding out what your secondary color is, it's just as important as knowing your primary color because it affects your personality deeply. And if I was watching a Zoom last night all about the color personalities, and it was led by a it was a red personalities team that was interviewing a yellow leader with a lot of different personalities on her team. So it's very rare that you see something like that because a lot of times the yellow personalities don't want to be interviewed by other leaders, even if they do have a kick-ass team, because it's not a requirement for them to get that recognition. They don't care for it. They'd rather be in the back. They rather not have their name called. They rather just not have that kind of attention on them. So what I found was the most interesting when I was listening to the Zoom last night, and I'm happy to send it to whoever wants it. It's an hour long though, just letting you know. So have it on while you're doing other things. Is that she was saying the yellow personality that has the secondary color of red, or vice versa. The red personality that has the secondary color is yellow is the most complicated personality. Let me explain to you why. And there's a lot of people on this team that have this. A lot of you guys are on here right now. Is because the yellow side of your personality is about feelings and connections, and relationships are the most important thing. Whereas the red side of your personality is like the angel and the devil on your shoulder basically 24/7. Because the red side of your personality is like action oriented and goal oriented and results driven. And sometimes those two things are constantly conflicting. Now, if your secondary color is blue, and some of you on here, I know your secondary color is blue, even if you haven't taken the test, and your primary color is yellow, there's also that duality because the yellow, like I said, about the relationships are the most important thing. The feelings, the empathy, the compassion for people. Blues just want to have fun. They don't care to be like doing anything but having fun. If it's not fun, they're not going to do it. So if you have like trouble making decisions, or you are a passionate person, you have lots of interests, or you know, you make friends easily and that's not a problem for you, but maybe you aren't where you want to be right now because the focus isn't there, and that's the blues of you taking over. So I just related to it all the way around. I took the color test that she recommended that I put in the chat this morning, because it's a different test than the ones I've taken before. And something very interesting popped up is that my yellow was the most dominant, but it was only the most dominant by 10 points. And then secondary was red. And then equally to the number and to the point percentage was the red and the blue in me. So that's like a good thing because I have seen, okay, I've evolved because I used to be just yellow. and like everything was different numbers and not as close to that yellow. But to have a secondary color that's equally in like two different colors, that says, okay, I'm becoming a more well-rounded leader. And you'll see that over time in your own business and in your own leadership. But the point I'm trying to make is that this team has a lot of yellow. So that means we have a lot of heart. And the way that you are the most successful in this business, if that's you, is you lead your business with your heart. That's how you make the most impact on the most people. And we all know that in this business, the more people that you can serve and love on and empower and help them grow, the more money you're going to make. This is the people business. Yes, we have products. Yes, it's a business opportunity, but this is a people business. So that's where this team really shines. It's like, I don't have to go and tell any of you guys how to connect with people. You all know how to do it. It's not a skill I have to work on with anybody. You are all extremely capable. But see, the yellow side of us sometimes keeps us from that potential because, and I want you guys to like really ask yourself these questions because I can't answer this for you, only you can. Sometimes the yellows parts of our personality are a little bit, not evolved, but they're a little bit too dominant in that it keeps you from actually taking action. It keeps you in your head. It keeps you thinking. It keeps you playing out scenarios in your head and not following through with action. And we all know in this business, it loves speed and it loves action. We're going into conference. We're going into the biggest part of the year. This conference is going to put everyone's team on fire for the rest of the year. It's gonna be like no other conference has been. It's gonna be incredible. They are setting the expectations really, really high. And you know that when they set the expectations high, that they're gonna deliver. So that means that everybody on this team should at minimum, have a brand new hundreds list going into Friday. Because that means you're prepared and that means you're ready to sign people up. If you don't do that, you will deeply regret it. I'm being 100% honest with you because I've gone to conferences where I have not been prepared like that. And I was just like, oh, okay, well, I'm going to go to conference. It's going to be amazing. This is, of course, when I was a lot more dominantly yellow. I'm going to go to conference. It's going to be amazing. And I'm going to like come out with like so much fire and I'm going to sign all these people up. Yes, that did happen. But I kicked myself because I thought, what if I had come into that conference with 100 people in my pocket that I already talked to, that already know what I do, that already are interested, that either already said yes, but they're waiting to get paid, or they know what I do and it seems like they need a little bit more information. Okay? You want that leverage going into this. And then the other thing I wanted to talk to you guys about was I was listening to the video that Stacy put in the chat this morning, and it was Tony Robbins. Tony Robbins is amazing. If you've never heard him or read any of his books, like go YouTube him after this. He's absolutely amazing. So he's evolved a ton as an entrepreneur. And he said, and I very much stuck in my head, he said, this is going to be hard for a lot of you guys to hear because it's like very straightforward. So please don't be offended by it. But he said that the moment that he, what's the word I'm looking for? The moment that he raised the expectation on himself and the moment that he made himself accountable for his own success was when he went from making $38,000 a year to $1 million in 1 year, 12 months. Now, for some of you, you've never even made 38,000, and that's fine. Okay, I'm not judging you. But for some of you, you have made that money and you're just like on the brink of that, of breaking through that glass ceiling. Breaking through that glass ceiling is all about the expectation that you put on yourself. You're not competing with anybody. Okay. So, like, please don't compare yourself to anybody, even on this team or in this company, because you're doing a huge disservice to yourself. Compare yourself to who you want to be and compete with that person, because it's going to make you better. It's going to make you stronger. It's going to make you more capable. It's going to push your own limits. If you're not willing to push your own limits, you're not going to get to where you want to go. And I'm telling you this with all the honesty that I have in my heart. And it's because I love every single one of you. And I want you to have massive success in your business. Because if I didn't, I wouldn't be taking the time to tell you this right now. It's the God honest truth. If you're not where you want to be and you're not making the kind of money that you want to make, you yourself are the only person that can change that. You are your only limitation. And the limiting beliefs, yes, they may come from your personality, they may come from your background, they may come from the way that you were raised. But the only person that's responsible for changing that is you. You cannot blame it on anybody else. You cannot blame it on your upline. You cannot blame it on your downline. You cannot blame it on your team. You cannot blame it on people interrupting you constantly throughout the day. Okay? You just can't. You're going to get there because you want to get there. So that's what I want to tell you guys. And with that being said, I'm going to give you guys a contest. Okay? I thought about it. I was hesitant because some of you don't perform when a contest is presented. And I don't know if it's because you don't like to compete against other people on the team or what it is, but I feel like this, what I put together, everyone's going to like it. And it's going to help everybody go into conference super prepared and super ready to dominate and get to whatever it is that you want. Okay. So here's the contest, probably what you're wondering about. Some of you have already done some of these things. So you already got some points on your shoulders, which is good. I'm going to type all this out and put it in the team chat, but I just wanted to go over it right now so that nobody's confused. And I'm going to put this recording on the team page so that nobody's confused and everybody knows what's going on, okay? Because I want everybody to be on the same page. So here's the contest. Being commission qualified, we're doing a point system, okay? So I'm going to tell you what it is and how many points you get for each thing, okay? And then the prizes are going to come at the end. So being commission qualified is 3 points. Enrolling a loyal customer is 2 points. Enrolling a distributor is 3 points. Having your group volume be 500 or more is 5 points. Okay, so let me tell you what that's going to get you. What that's going to get you is if you have 5 points or more, you're going to be on a private Zoom with Carla Burns. She already agreed to this. Her and I just have to set up the date. It's going to happen after conference, obviously. I'm going to be seeing her at conference. So her and I are going to figure that out. You're going to get to be on that Zoom if you have a minimum of 5 points. So some of you guys already have points just from being commission qualified. That's 3 points, like I told you. So all that means is you either have to enroll a customer or a distributor this week, and you will be on that Zoom, or your volume has to be at 500. I think this is completely fair and doable for anybody that doesn't even have any enrollments right now at this point. All of you can do this. I'm not asking you to bring in big numbers. 1 person, that's it. You have a week. You can do it, okay? Second thing is the top highest point earner is going to be getting a team t-shirt. I'm getting it designed and I'm getting it set up for today. I should have them by Wednesday before I leave for conference. So top point earner gets t-shirt, okay? And actually, I was thinking maybe 500 Club too. No, I already wrote this down. Okay. Top point earner also gets a t-shirt that says Brave Dreamers on it. right? This is, if you're going to conference or not, you're all eligible for this, okay? If you're going to conference or not, this is still the prizes. And then this last prize, which is something that only people that are going to conference can earn, because you have to be there to receive it. So what I think is the coolest prize that is going to be happening for you guys that are going to conference is I got invited to a private dinner with Margarita Vargas and the top 45 Latino leaders in the company. I can only bring one person. So the highest point earner that is going to conference is the person I'm taking to the dinner. Okay? So this is a free for all for any of you guys that are going, that you can go to this dinner with me. I'm only allowed to bring one person. I didn't want to choose. I wanted it to be fair, and I wanted somebody to earn it, because I feel like whoever goes with me, it's going to be a huge, huge momentum in their business. So that's what I felt was the fairest thing to do. That is the contest. Okay. And does anybody have any questions? This starts today until the end of the month, which is Friday. Stacy's crying over here. Okay. Yes, this is being recorded.
I'm not crying.
Okay.
That is so exciting.
Yes.
Time to get to work.
We gotta hustle. We gotta hustle. But like I said, you guys, some of you are at the point. So I'm gonna put this on the team page. Okay. So what I want you to do is, once you have these things in place, screenshot it and put it in the comments. Okay. And we'll do boom numbers. We'll count up from 1. We'll go up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. I'll put it in the explanation in the post. So that's what I came up with. I think it's extremely fair. I don't think the expectation is too high. And if you feel like you can't do it, then I'm going to challenge you to raise the bar for yourself of what you expect out of yourself. Okay? Because no one's going to do that for you. Only you can. That's just the way it is. We're leaders and we lead teams, so it starts with us. If you expect your team to do this, you need to do it too. If you expect them to bring a distributor, you got to bring a distributor. If you expect them to be 500 Club, you need to be 500 Club. The expectation is on yourself. We're not competing with anybody else. Becoming a better version of yourself. That's what we get paid to do. So I hope that you guys are all fired up, because I would be if this was a contest I was competing in. Anybody have any questions before we do some tasks? Actually, it finished faster than I thought. Okay, I'm going to stop the recording.